Have you guys heard of this game? Of course you have. Unless of course you're living under a rock, because the past 4 days since this game's release, and especially at the time of this recording, Palworld has had massive success, having sold over 6 million copies in the first 4 days since its release. You have no idea how insane that actually is, when this is doing easily double the sales than most AAA studios have done in their first week. Looking at you, Square Enix, with Final Fantasy XVI, because that only sold 3 million copies in its first week of its release. And there are so many people, and developers, that have been voicing their opinion on this game on Twitter. So let me kind of share my overall thoughts on the game, and briefly go over the accusations this game is having. Alright you guys, so it is obvious that this game has blown up majorly with massive success. Not just in sales, but also reaching the #1 spot on Steam players chart of concurrent players, which is honestly impressive for a game like this to have reached this spot several days in a row since within its first week. Now, to get the elephant out of the room here, there has been a ton of accusations over this game for plagiarizing a ton of other games. I'm sure most of you watching this are here for Pokemon. Whether you are a fan of my channel or you're new and somehow stumbled upon this video, of course, welcome. Feel free to hit that subscribe button or wait until the end of the video to make your decision, as I do cover a lot about Pokemon here on the channel. But yes, many claiming that Palworld is using AI, which is honestly kind of funny when Steam now has it in place where developers have to disclose if your game is using AI or not. And the other major issue that many people have is that Palworld is ripping content or flipping assets to make their own Pokemon game. And honestly, I'm just sitting here thinking that that is the most hilarious thing, because beyond similarities of some of the designs and Legends' catching mechanic, if people actually sat down and played the game, you'd know this isn't anything like Pokemon at all. Bop. Just to kind of show you guys, I'm going to have gameplay throughout the entire this video just to show off for those that don't believe me. Because almost immediately of playing the game, because I already knew that this game is more like Ark Survival with a bunch of other game mechanics thrown in. Because while playing, I see the aspects of Breath of the Wild mixed with Ark Survival, and just honestly a ton of different games. We got a whole list of other games that you can say that this game is very similar to, such as Elden Ring, Valheim, Fortnite, Harvest Moon, Dragon Quest, and many other MMO mechanics. This list can honestly go on and on when there's already so many other games out there that many other games have already done themselves. A ton of people are making these accusations and claims when a lot of them don't even have concrete evidence, a lot of which are coming from developers or former developers from game studios on Twitter. I honestly remember the same thing happening when Elden Ring came out, and it basically came down to jealousy or grasping at straws to try and diminish the success of that game. Now, of course, you guys, I am not a lawyer. I honestly cannot tell you if Palworld devs are using assets or simply flipping them. You guys, feel free to hash that down in the comments, share your thoughts, just go wild. Because I'm just going to sit back and wait to see if anything truly comes out of this, if the devs of Palworld actually do get sued or go to court for anything. To me, honestly, the entire drama over all of this is just hilarious to watch. So let's go ahead and transition over to my overall thoughts on Palworld in regards to Pokemon, because I'm sure that's what most of you are here for. So I have been a fan of the Pokemon franchise since Pokemon Red and Blue's release all the way back in 1998 here in the States. I do truly love Pokemon, but I'm not gonna lie, I have to admit that Game Freak have been on a major decline the last 2 generations. Generation 9, Scarlet and Violet especially, just feel like such a major husk, an empty shell of what Game Freak used to be. They honestly have not released a game in a long while that players have truly wanted. And before you guys say anything, Legends Arceus, hands down, has been the best game that Game Freak has released since probably Generation 5 in my opinion. And while you can say Palworld has copied some aspects from Legends and Pokemon designs in an attempt to compete with the likes of Pokemon, I'd like to see more games that fall under the creature capture get a bigger spotlight than Palworld. Such games like Temtem, Koromon, Nexomon, and even the more popular game, Cassette Beasts. Speaking of which, I really do want to play that game here soon. Overall, I want to see those games get popular, or new ones, over Palworld, because this game delivers something that many people have been asking for that separates it from this genre, in my opinion. Because again, if you have played the game Palworld, it isn't anything like Pokemon. What mechanics are in the game, it feels more like a mod. Because you guys, funny enough, a mod that straight up puts Pokemon models to play as Ash and see actual Pokemon has been removed by Nintendo. I'm not showing any images because the mod itself has been removed, and I am not entirely sure if Nintendo is going to do anything about videos that show it off. And yes, even before this removal, both Nintendo and Pokemon Company have said they are aware of Palworld, but declined to comment on it. However, due to what similarities of mechanics Palworld does share, and because of its great success on Steam alone, the major sale records it has been setting, it's just been satisfying this itch that I have had for so long, that I honestly have to say, fuck it. Godspeed, Pocket Pair. Because it really has taken that whole catching mechanic from Legends Arceus and just made it better. Because everything else in this game just works. Because I honestly do hope that this indie company's popularity and success somehow sets a fire under Game Freak's seat to help push them to do better. Not just that, but show other indie devs that attempt to actually make their own Pokemon game or anything similar, and I do mean an actual creature capture game like Pokemon, that honestly, they can do it, but they have got to listen to what consumers want out of it. Because honestly, that is the key factor on why I think Game Freak and Pokemon itself just haven't really been as good the last few generations. Because the drama on Twitter has not only been hilarious to see over people pointing out the similarities of the PAL's designs to Pokemon, some of which are real stretches in my opinion, while a good handful are actually pretty close. It could fall under parody or have enough differences that legal actions never happen. Again, I am not a lawyer, and most people watching this video aren't either. So I do honestly find all of this just to be funny. Because honestly, it is so funny being able to give my pals weapons, and I'm able to punch these creatures. It's fun. And honestly, that's what games need to be. They need to be fun. And that's probably why so many people are enjoying this game. Like, it is just fun to play. And if you're not a fan of Ark Survival or other games of that same genre, then I do understand if you are not a fan, or you honestly found this game to be boring. You just don't enjoy what this game is. However, I feel Palworld does deliver what so many have been asking for well over a decade. It's just a more mature game. So that's it for now, you guys. If you guys would like to see me dive a bit deeper in the comparisons that people have made of the designs of Pals vs Pokemon, let me know in the comments below. I'd rather have that be a separate video from this. This video here was just me sharing my thoughts, so be sure to share your thoughts down in the comments below. If you'd like this video, slap that like button. If you're new and you made it to the end of the video, consider subscribing, as I do cover other Pokemon content here on the channel. With that all being said, I'm probably going to be jumping back into Palworld because honestly, I'm having so much fun. And honestly, I will admit, I would have had a video over this sooner, but I've been playing so much of it. Thanks to my members for supporting the channel, and I do hope you all have a wonderful day wherever you are. I will see you all in the next one.